who is a former federal prosecutor. Joe, it seems to me throw everything you can at the wall, see what sticks. Bringing in the Mueller report, is that an error by the Democrats? What does that do?
I think so. I mean, look, the Democrats are in a tough position here, right? Because on the one hand, they, don't want to admit that a 2.5-year Russia probe essentially came to nothing. On the other hand, though, they don't want to remind people that the president was, in fact, exonerated of 2.5 years of being argued there was Russia collusion, just to find out there wasn't. So I think what they're doing is they're going to pick and choose and try to piggyback this attempted obstruction of justice concept from the Russia probe onto the Ukrainian probe now and say, look, maybe one case is not that strong, maybe the other case is not that strong. We lump them together and possibly it looks like a more substantial case.
Sounds a bit desperate to me, but I don't know how much you got to see of yesterday's action, so to speak. We had 3 professors handpicked by Democrats who of course said yes, he's the president should be impeached. And then we had the Republican lawyer who made a strong case on the other side. This is just a partisan effort, and it appears to be that way, and I feel like the public is seeing it for what it is. What say you?
I mean, first I had thought that it was a missed opportunity when I watched the entire hearing yesterday, all 8 hours of it. I actually now, having had the night to think about it, I think it was even more of that. It was more of a misstep. The Democrats had yet another opportunity to at least provide some level of fairness, some level of objectivity. What do? They get 3 handpicked, highly partisan attorneys basically to speak in lockstep on Democrat talking points, to say there's nothing to see here, all the evidence is there, it's a lock-solid case, no question about it. And it almost got worse as the day went on, because we heard things like, this is worse than Watergate, this goes to the crux of our democracy. And when I hear that kind of exaggeration, that kind of hyperbole, that makes me think, look, my case is not strong, and the more I have to talk it up, it's an acknowledgement that my case is not strong.
And it's also, Joe, just feels like such an empty exercise, because we know the Senate, I say we know, nothing's guaranteed in life, but we're pretty certain that the Senate's not going to go along with this. So that just adds to the what the heck are we doing here? It does seem like a useless exercise.
I mean, again, I think that there are opportunities here if the Democrats wanted to act in good faith to say, look, let's have a real conversation here. Let's have fair rules. Let's let the Republicans call who they want and see what they want. They're not doing that. This is a pure power play. So, and I get it. Elections have consequences. The Democrats have the power and they're using it. But they're not bringing anyone along for the ride. So they're going to get exactly what we were warned by many people, including Democrats in the past, what you don't want, which is a one-sided, completely partisan impeachment effort that, you're right, will go nowhere in the Senate.
Very quickly, Joe, well, that's my question to you. How does this play out? I mean, obviously, even if they go ahead on the House side, we know it's not going anywhere in the Senate.
I mean, it sounds like the feedback I get from people all over the place is that this is a waste of time, that the Democrats had years of telling us there was collusion, there was obstruction, it's right around the corner, this administration, the walls are closing in. How many times we heard that just to find out there was nothing there? Their credibility is shot, and I think people are seeing this for what it is. Partisan, waste of time.
I think you're right. Joe Moreno, thank you so much for joining us early this morning. Appreciate it.
Happy to do it.